YouTube channel, Code to Success, and we are in the Python Basics to Advanced series, and today's topic is loops and conditions. So as we have talked in the previous video about variables, operators, and we have talked about variables, operators, and data types. So basically there we have seen that how to store a particular data type into a variable, and we have seen some kind of data types that works on for the collection of data, I would say. So basically we have talked about list, we have talked about tuples and all that stuff, dictionaries. We will see in the upcoming videos in depth about those things, but in this video we will see what basically loops are, how to basic iterations on that particular sequences, or how does we deal with situations we want to iterate, keep on iterating something until and unless a certain condition is met. So basically for that particular purposes we have loops in picture, and we will also see how do we deal with certain kind of conditions. So let's say if we want to do something on a basis of condition, and if this not condition, if that particular condition is not met, we move to the second one. So let's get started with the video. So let's get started with the first thing, that how we're going to be iterate with the loop. So basically we talked about in operator, which is called a membership operator. We have talked in the previous video. So in operator basically help us to iterate within a loop, and when we have loop we have certain kind of control statements, like we have break, we have continue. Python also have a break with else, we will see it later, but just think break and continue as a way to controlling a particular loop. So let's say with the first example, let's move, let's say we have a fruit basket, okay, and let's say I want to iterate on this loop, or iterate on this loop, and but I want to came out of this loop whenever I found a snake, maybe, or maybe an insect, you can say. So I want to just came out of this fruit basket as soon as found a snake. So let's say if I just keep on iterating this, so this is the way how we will going to be iterate. Basically you take iterator, you give it a sequence, and this is a membership operator, and this is the variable which is like keep on iterating on this sequence. So for first fruit will be apple, then fruit will be banana, and then fruit will be cherry, and so on. So what we have done is that if fruit is equals to snake, like if in the fruit basket we have a basically snake, we found a snake, found an existing the loop, we just came immediately out of the loop. And how we do and how we does that, basically does that with the help of the break statement. So otherwise we will just keep on printing the fruit. So let's execute this and let me show you. So I will just run the Python file. So as you can see, we have apple, the current fruit is apple. So fruit came here and found out apple, he just printed because we do not find a snake here. So second fruit is banana, and then we find cherry, but as soon as we find a snake, we came out of it because of the break, and we exit out of the loop. So this is how the break works. You can see whenever a loop encounters this statement, it came immediately, or basically it just stops the loop. Okay, instead of this break, let's say instead of this snake, let's say I have some vegetable. So that is not harmful thing, but still I do not want a vegetable in a fruit basket. So instead of break, what I want is I just want to skip it. I don't want to basically came out of the loop but I just want to skip it. So how we can do that? We can do that with the help of the continue statement. So basically what the continue does, it will keep on iterating this loop. Let's say first we find apple, then we print banana, then we find cherry, but as soon as we find potato, it will not execute anything below this continue statement. So it will not print anything below the statement, and basically it will start the next iteration of the loop. So basically in this case it will be date. So if I just run this Python file again, so as you can see we have apple, banana, cherry. Okay, so it should be this one, and this printing should be, if you want to print it, you can just say skipping vegetable in fruits basket, I would say. So if I just print this again, run this file, Python file for you, and you will check that we have apple, we have banana, we have cherry, but as soon as we find potato, okay, we're just skipping the vegetables in the fruit basket, which doesn't and you can see that once we have reached this, we after continue, the statement below doesn't get executed and we doesn't get current fruit as potato. So after that, it just skip this iteration and move on to the next one, and you can see the date. So this is about the break statements and this is about the continue statements. Okay, so basically we have talked about these statements. So what else we have, like I have also in the particular notes I have also given you certain examples. You can go ahead and check that as well. So for example, here I have just given you two examples that how you can use continue here and how you can use break here. So there is one more thing which is called break with else. So in Python, when we have a certain condition, so we will also look this while loop as well. So when we have certain condition, let's say while loop is here, and let's say we didn't encounter a break loop and the loop terminates normally, I would say. If the loop terminates normally, then the Python will have additional this else statement, and that will going to be printed. For example, in this case, since we have three numbers which is not even, so we will not encounter a break statement here, and that's why else will execute and it just say, oh no even number found. So this is about the break statements. So we also have some conditions as well. For example, we have and, or, not. We also see if and else. Okay, or we have some continuous elif in Python. For example, if this condition 1 is doesn't match, it will go to the condition 2. If 2 doesn't match, it go to the condition 3. If 3 doesn't match, and so on. And finally, if none of the matches, then else will execute. We'll see this, but let's let's do with a certain example, I would say. Okay, so let's say I have something called the mark sheets of the students. Okay, and here are the marks we have. Okay, and let's say what I will want to do is okay, there's some indentation problem. Okay, I think we should be here. Okay, so we have some indentation problem. Okay, now you can see that I have some mark sheets. So what I want to do is I want to iterate on these particular marks in mark sheets, and what I want to do is to show you that how to assign some grades on the basis of this. So basically what we'll be doing is like assigning grades on the basis of marks. So while doing it, we will have certain kinds of conditions like this. As you can see, if the marks is greater than, we have 90. If it is greater than this, and this, and this, and else we have this. So and basically each of these marks here are basically the marks of the student on the basis of index. For example, if this index is 0, so this is the marks of the index, roll number. Let's say index is nothing but the roll number, so this is the marks of the roll number 0. Let's say we have a roll number 0 as well, and then we have a roll number 1 have this marks and this marks. So we can just see print statement, and I would give you, let's say, f print, and inside that I will see student with marks with, I would say, student with a roll number, okay, which is We cannot do that with roll number because we have directly get into the marks and didn't get a roll. So I would just do a change in this number. So we will get a roll number, and instead of this we will use a range. Now what will this does? So basically this is the index. We are iterating on the basis of index. So you know that each of the iterators basically start from index. For example, this is the 0th index, this is the first, and so on. And now if I do the marks, how would do that? Basically now it will be like mark sheet and the index of that. Okay, so if the mark sheet, that is this list, and the roll number, the current roll number, if that is going to be greater than 0, we have this. So let me do this change for each of the places. Okay, and we do not want to print this now. Okay, a student with roll number. Now we can do a roll number will be here, will be a roll number with marks, I would say. Okay, yeah. So now if you just want to print this, we will see the grade for each of the student. So okay, now you can see here. Okay, sorry for this. Okay, just give me a second. I guess it's not. So you can see it here. Okay, the student with the roll number 0 with marks has grade B. So you can see that the first student having a roll number 0, which is the index, have this person with this marks and a grade B, and so on. Like we have made this. So this is how you're going to be using the if and else statements. Okay, and how you're going to be using the membership operator within a loop, or if you do not want to use directly the iterator member or element, you can just use the index wise accessing of the elements. Like here we have done that. Okay, we are just roll number is nothing but the index and range, and we iterate on the length of this particular list. And so this is how we do that. Now we have also talked about break and cancel statements. The second thing that I want to tell you about the and the or operators are also there, but I guess you will be seeing that a lot in the video, so I will be teaching that in the upcoming videos because this will become very long. But in a very shorter way, let's say if a variable a is false, so I already told you in the previous video, but let's say told you again. So if I say and B, so it will be based on these two conditions. If any of these conditions, both of the conditions should be true in order to satisfy this operator, so it will be false. So this is a basic idea about and or not. These are the conditional statements as well. But okay, so since we know that before Python 3.10 there is no switch statement as well, so switch was a very cleaner way in other programming languages to basically print on the basis of some conditions. But from the Python 3.10 onwards, you can see that we have something similar to that, which is called match. So what happens in that match is that, let's say we have a particular variable with a value. So if that particular variable holds some value, it can hold some different kind of values, and on the basis of that, if you want to do something, we can have different cases. Let's say if the status code is 200, we can print this. If the status code is 404, we can print this. If it is 500, we'll print this, or else this is the default case and we are going to be printing this. So in Python, there is from the 3.10 onwards, we have match. So I guess that's it for the video. We have seen how to iterate a loop, what are the conditions, what loops are, how to stop or control basically a condition or a loop with break and continue. Also seen with else. We have seen some conditions as well. So we have seen some examples. This will I will put it in the GitHub repo, so you can just check out that. Also, that's it for the video. So let's catch you on the next video. Thank you.